Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some LASO guides. We're going to be finishing up Mission 2 today, and it actually turned out to be a lot easier than I expected with the new update. First off, if you're doing this solo with the second controller, then you'll want to move it over to the other side of the bridge and park it behind the rocks so the enemies and banshees can't kill it. Then you'll move up to the rocks ahead, hugging the left wall so you don't take too much damage from the banshees. Once in place, you can see a lot of grunts and one elite in the distance. Headshot any of the grunts and wait for them to explode first, just in case they take out any others with them. If the elite hasn't gotten blown up yet, then use the large rock in the middle to play Ring Around the Rosie with him and melee him. It takes a lot of hits with the Mythic Skull being active, so make sure to be patient. After that, you'll come around this corner and see the first tower ahead of you. A dropship will leave a few enemies on the ground to kill, and then you can head up to the tower. Basically, in these guides, we reuse the same general idea in that we take out the little guys first and then work on any elites that are left. It's especially important to do so now because grunts explode and they are extremely helpful at this part. Any elites that are left, you'll have to use cover and get as close as you can before starting a melee fight with them. Now, I do understand that this area is skippable, but having to grenade jump the gap later on in the mission into the next area when it's a large room with no cover to start and you'll have no shields is a very bad idea. You'll have way more trouble with that part than here, and this part is really not that difficult. All you gotta do is pop a few grunts in the head and they will kill pretty much anything near them. So once you've taken out the first group of enemies, there will be 4 sequences of dropships that will have 1 or 2 elites and a bunch of grunts and jackals. Like I said, just shoot the grunts and let them blow everything up. Also, there is health and ammo on top of the tower that you may have seen me pick up earlier. Go back there if you ever run low to stock up. Now, as you can see here, we have a classic case of some possible necrophilia. Now, I'm not trying to insinuate anything here, but it's not a pretty way to go. Stay in school, kids, and don't suck big elite dick. Anyways, like I was saying, hey, back to some PG-rated commentary. There are a few dropships in this area, so kill the grunts and that's it. If the elites run up the stairs, just hide around the corner and then melee them when they come up. After you've killed all the enemies dropped off, you will then be given a warthog. Now, I'm guessing this was an update change, but you no longer get marines to aid you at this part, as well as a part in the third mission, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's not too bad. You'll just have to make sure to be quick in the next area. Now drive your warthog down the hill and through the caves until you arrive at a large open room with a bunch of enemies in it. So at this part, I pretty much just full YOLO'd it and drove up to the light bridge and activated it. I made sure to throw a grenade or 2 to keep the elites at bay while I switched the bridge on. You can drive your warthog around the room a bit first and run over some enemies and then do this so you don't get shot while jumping up top, which is what I did. After that, just drive over the bridge and continue through the caves until you reach the outside. Once you're out, drive up this hill and go straight until you see a crashed pod. It will have a sniper rifle next to it and some health. Pick that up and then continue going straight until you see a hill to the left. Go up this small hill, and in my last guide, this is the area where we finish, but you can end the mission at any of the 3 areas, so we'll start here first. Since all we have to do is kill the marines that are underground, we come up this hill and snipe any elites that are close to us so we can enter through the door that has the yellow light above it. When you kill enough enemies in order to safely run down, head towards the door where the marines will be at. They are clumped up together in this room and you don't even have to do anything because they die so quickly to the plasma pistols. If any are hiding, just kill them and then GTFO back outside. When you get to the surface, Cortana will mention that there are no survivors and that is our cue that we can leave and go to the other 2 groups of marines. So when you exited the caves, if you instead hug the right wall, then you would end up in this area, which is where we need to go next. There's a crash pod with some health and ammo if you need it, but we won't be fighting any enemies here. Take your warthog and squeeze it in between these 2 rocks to get to the other side. Then just follow my pathing upwards until you reach the top where the marines are at. Here you can take your warthog and run them over really easily. There's only 3 of them, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And if you ever wanted to know what killing chipmunks sounded like, then here it is. Good to know. Now, after that sadistic pleasure, make sure to ramp your hog off this ledge to make an easy exit path towards the last group of marines. Hug the right side wall after you land and there's a pathway that will lead to this next hill here where we will do most of the killing in order to reach the end of the mission. The marines are held up at the top of the hill opposite of you, but we don't have to worry about them. Just sit up here and snipe as many enemies as you can. If you need any more sniper ammo, you can always run back to the first pod we found after exiting the caves. Once you've killed a good portion of the Covenant in the area, a dropship will land to the left where the other entrance to this area is. Snipe some more enemies, and if you still need more ammo, there is some at the top of the hill, but if you pick that up, then they will become attracted to that area of the map, and you will be cornered, so make sure you've killed a lot in the center part first before doing that. Then, if you want, you can take your Warthog and run over any remaining elites if you've run completely dry on ammo. After you finish them all off, the Pelican will come to this area to pick you up. However, if you're doing this co-op, you'll need to drive back to wherever your partner or second controller is and get them, otherwise it will not trigger the Pelican to fly to this area so you can end the mission. So that's it for Mission 2 on LASO difficulty. The first two missions are very simple, but the next one is where it starts to get harder. Also, quick thing I want to note is that for some reason, if you save and quit a mission while doing co-op LASO, it will not start you back at the checkpoint, and you will have to redo the entire mission. So if you start a mission, make sure to finish it or just leave your Xbox on and come back later, or else you'll be faced with doing it twice. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.